The commentator, Sforno, advances a proposition that reorders our assumptions about the tabernacle. In his reading, the sanctuary was a contingency. At Sinai, the nation had attained a prophetic elevation so complete that the divine presence could have dwelt within each individual. Every Israelite was a sanctuary. The golden calf forfeited that possibility, and the wilderness architecture we now call the Tabernacle was erected to compensate. This reframes the Torah's meticulous catalogue of dimensions and materials in the portion of Terumah, the offering. Each specification functions as diagnostic notation, a record of the wound it was designed to address. The copper altar offers a dense example. Its ramp replaced the stairs one might expect of a raised platform. The legal rationale concerns modesty. Steps would have compromised the dignity of the priest's garments. And that detail directs us back to Eden. Adam and Eve moved through the garden unclothed and without shame. The forbidden fruit introduced shame as an immediate condition of consciousness, and God answered with garments of fig leaf. Modesty therefore belongs to the post-Edenic human order, and the ramp inscribes that condition into the altar's very approach. Its material deepens the symbolism. The Hebrew for copper shares its root with the Hebrew for serpent. Rabbinic tradition links the serpent, the golden calf, and the adversarial force behind both ruptures. The altar fashioned to address those ruptures bears that mark in its substance. Its function confirms the pattern. The altar stands between judgment and death. The serpent introduced mortality. The copper altar becomes a site of restored life, gathering the memory of rupture and the structure of repair into one consecrated object. Choose life.